Hey chemistry kids! Today you're going to be doing some kitchen chemistry with Ms. Hinkson. The great news about this lab is you can do it on your own at home too. Just make sure to be safe. So what you're going to need in order to complete this lab is you're going to need an empty can. You are going to want some tongs of some sort to make sure that you don't injure yourself. You are going to need preferably a glass or Pyrex bowl full of ice water. And you would want some sort of measuring device, ideally a graduated cylinder, but anything will really work. So to start off with, I'm going to take my empty can and I'm going to find out how many milliliters it holds. And this can holds 355 milliliters. I am then going to add 10 milliliters of water to it. If you're doing this at home, that's about 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to dump that right in there. I am then going to put my can on my stovetop. If you have an electric or a gas stovetop, either will work. And I'm going to turn on my burner. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be boiling the water that I just put in the can until it all evaporates out. Now, as you know, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, which means once all of the water boils out, the gas on the inside of my can is going to be 100 degrees Celsius. So we now have our V1, 355 milliliters, and our T1, 100 degrees Celsius. Now, once the water boils, you're going to start to hear the sound that you're hearing right now. That kind of tapping sound inside the can. We are waiting until that sound stops. Now, in the meantime, while we're waiting, we are going to take our thermometer and we are going to get the temperature of our ice water. So you can see that our ice water is coming in once the thermometer stops moving at about 1 degree Celsius. So we've got our water nice and cold right near the absolute freezing point. So that is going to be our T2, what our final temperature is going to be. Because once the Cheerwine can stops making that noise, I am going to move my can from the burner to that ice water. So let's wait until we hear the water stop boiling. So my sound on my can has started to slow down a lot, meaning that I know the water is almost boiled out, which means I'm about to be ready to move to my next stage. So what we are going to do now is we are going to take our tongs. Do not touch this with your hands. You're going to grip the can and then quickly move it into your ice water. So we're going to grab and, like magic, the can crunches. Now you're going to let the can sit in the ice water for a second. Make sure to turn off your burner so that you don't burn your house down. Now our can has gotten nice and cool in the ice water to the touch. And we can see that it has crunched down quite a bit. So now we need to find what the new volume of our can is. Now you should have already predicted what you thought the new volume of your can was going to be, but now we're going to find out for sure. And we're going to do that by submerging our can in our ice water and getting it all nice and full up of ice water. If your can crunched a lot like mine, it might take you a few tries to get all the water in there. All right. Now we're going to carefully dump our water into our graduated cylinder. And you can see that I was able to get approximately, let's see here, I was able to get approximately 46 milliliters of water into this graduated cylinder, which means my new volume of my can is 46 milliliters, my real V2. Now use that to answer the rest of your lab questions, and if you tried it at home, let me know how it went.